Just like everybody was so damn excited to see you guys with the Briscoes. Holy crap. Where did this rank for you guys? What was that match like? What was the day like for you guys? What's it been like afterwards? Let's get into it.
I told Dan after the match was over, I said, that's our Brett Austin, you know. I don't know if we'll ever, I don't know if we'll ever have a better match than that one. And that's okay with me. I can hang my hat on that. I can hang my hat on that whole week, you know, of them and the Bucks match. But specifically that match, I can hang my proverbial wrestling hat on that match and say, this is what I do for a living. This is my legacy. And this is why we were the best tag team in the world. Again, we, you know, there were no moves. No one thought of any move we wanted to do. It was all built on intensity and emotion, because that's what, and winning. That's it. Because we wanted to be the best tag team in the world. They wanted to be the best tag team in the world. We thought we were the toughest bastards in the world. They thought they were the toughest in the world. And, you know, so going into it, all we knew was emotion, intensity, and trying to win, because everyone can feel that, you know, and they can relate to that. And that's how we just built our match. Because in your workplace, you want to win every single day so you can keep your job, you know. As men, you know, and I'm sure women too, some of them think they're the baddest bitches in the world. I think I'm the baddest bitch in the world too, you know. Let's go. And that's just what we built the match around, and it just was beautiful. I was I didn't want to watch it for 2 or 3 days, and then finally I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch it on the elliptical. And I was in the gym and broke down in tears while I was watching it.
Oh man,
that's how much I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely it's one to be also like I had to like sit and digest on it for a few days because I didn't know how I felt. Like I was so emotionally just drained, and emotionally and physically drained, and just wore out. And I was like, okay, sit here for a day and a half and don't move. Just breathe, decompress, get back to being a human being. And once we did, I was so proud of what we were able to do with those guys because of how long and how unsure it all was building up to it. And the fact that we didn't know up until 2 weeks prior that it was going to happen. And we've never met them in person other than one time, and we've never wrestled them. So there's so many unknowns and so many variables going into it. So like when you finally get everything set and you're ready to go, like then you have to deliver. Like, so you've done all the other parts, and that enough was stressful. Now it's time to deliver, and it's okay. Shit. And then the day of for me, like it was stressful enough as it was, because like that week was a very long week. Like I drove to Columbia like an idiot. I drove 6 hours to Columbia, did the Ass Boys match, drove back on Thursday. I got back late Thursday. I flew out to Dallas the day of the show. So like I got in late because my flight was delayed that morning. Pretty much went straight to the hotel, showered, and then went straight to the building. And, you know, we just, like you said, nothing was talked about. Nothing was planned. We started putting everything and let it roll. And that's how it happened. That's how it came together. And once it was said and done, like I said, I had a couple of days to sit and look at it and really take it in. I said, yeah, that's the best we've ever done. And I'm very proud of it because of how crazy it was and the pressure we put on ourselves to do it. And for people to say that we delivered or over delivered that just means we did what we wanted to do, and we can, like I said, hang our hat on that.
For you guys to not have like the huge heads up, I mean, like you said, it was about 2 weeks to knowing that it was actually going to happen. How did it all come about? How did everything fall into place for this to finally happen?
So we were trying to figure out if it was going to happen, when it would happen, where it would happen for a while. And there were just so many, again, unknowns that nobody knew. And then finally, Tony told us, like, hey, I'm working on something. It's in the line. It's coming down the pipe. If it works out, we'll have an answer one way or the other. And then it looked like things weren't going to happen. Like, you know, like we were told, no, we'll have to figure out plan B or plan C, or at this point, plan Z, because we'd exhausted every other avenue. So we had kind of written it off and like, okay, we're just, you know, we'll cool off for a little bit. We'll figure something out. We'll find a backup plan. and then hopefully we can heat it back up to where it was. That was really the hope. And then like a week later, we get the, hey guys, it's happening now. Like everything's on. And
Tony came through.
So it went from, like I said, all over the place to dead, Frankenstein back to life. And then, like I said, then the pressure of delivery. But
wow.
Yeah.
So crazy. Well,
it's been a crazy year. It's been like, even though it started kind of late in 2021 for us, I feel like the momentum that's carried over, and just from January on with rock and roll and all the other stuff, like the momentum and the wave that it's been has been crazy.
So looking at this momentum, and, you know, we've been talking, you know, at the beginning of this about this slow burn of you guys doing your thing, staying the course, being the best tag team there is. That leads me to rumblings that I've been seeing on the internet. The WWE wants to re-sign you guys. Have you heard anything about that? Is there any truth to this? What do you guys know about that?
I think we know about as much as everyone else does.
Okay.
But we left that place because they didn't put a focus on tag team wrestling, and we knew there was a ceiling to where we could go in the company. And we wanted to do more. We wanted to be known as the greatest tag team of all time. And we had to leave there to do that. And we knew that. So that's why we were so insistent on them giving us our releases. And now, you know, I sent them a screenshot of all the different, you know, news outlets or whatever saying they want to resign us. And that's flattering and it's cool. You know, we've got some more time. But I told Tony, you know, because obviously he heard about it. I told him that there's no way that we would ever talk contracts with anybody while we were working for him. We have way too much respect for him, and you know, our word means something. So we would never, ever even entertain the idea until this contract is up. But, you know, then I start thinking like, okay, do they want us, or do they want AEW to not have us, you know? And so those are the things that go through my mind too. Sure. And you know, it's cool for Cody to do what he's done. But you know, there's just so many unknowns there. Will they ever focus on tag team wrestling like we've been able to the last 2 years? So there's a lot of, you know, me and Dan need to think about. Money is not everything for us. You know, I do have a family, so I have to take care of them. But it's not all about the money. It's about what we leave behind for wrestling.
Right now, also, just for the record, like we took a huge gamble, but it's paid off.
And
so
dividends,
right.
Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, we turned down, you know, quite a bit of money to bet on ourselves, which is such a buzz phrase now. I hate even saying that, but you know, it is true. We knew we could go out and prove that we're the greatest of all time, as long as we had the opportunity. And Tony has given us that opportunity right now. We're forever grateful for him for doing that to us or for us. But yeah, it's flattering, I guess. But there's a lot of things we have to think about.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just going to say real quick, I was driving to the airport when he sent me the screenshot, and I was like, is this like legit? Is this a real thing? That's how I found out. I found out after everybody else did, I guess. I'm driving to the airport for Dynamite. So I kind of laughed about it. I'm sitting here at the airport getting ready to board the flight. And I'm thinking about like how crazy this all is and how crazy this, like I said, this whole year has been. And then that was just one more thing where I'm like, how is this real? Like and I made as a smart ass remark, just kind of like, if only they were around before we signed with AEW.
Yeah.
Like
suddenly everyone looks a little bit prettier in this light, don't they?
Yeah.
Like it's been 2 years, like barely. And I don't know how much has changed there as far as what we wanted tag team wrestling to be. And now, like I said, we're getting to show everybody what tag team wrestling can be and what our vision of it is. And it's buzzed about right now. And tag teams are killing it everywhere, not just us. Like we are at the very top of that, obviously. Duh. But tag team wrestling in general is killing it right now. And it's creating buzz, and it's got some of the best tag teams we've had at the same time in the past couple of decades, I would say, just from everybody in New Japan, Impact, AEW, WWE, MLW. There's so many ridiculously talented teams, and we're getting to kind of help put a focus on that. And that's what we always wanted to do. So I was blown away when I read it, and it kind of like, it makes you think about a bunch of different things. But right now, like I said, we're getting to paint what we see wrestling's tag team picture as, and I'm happier than I've been. I make more money than I've been. So I don't even want to think about anything other than that and making tag team wrestling and ourselves the best ever.